Hello everyone and welcome to Judy's Crafts and Stuff. I'm Judy and today I'm showing you some fabric projects I've been working on, sort of quilting, and some other sewing, and also an unboxing of fabric that I ordered from the Fashion Fabric Club. It's not really a club, but that's what the website is, fashionfabricclub.com. So here goes. Hello everyone. Today I'm working with 8-inch squares. They look huge, but they're only 8 inches. And this is not a method invented by me. It's just one that I saw on YouTube somewhere. So this is an 8-inch square. Take a stack of 8-inch squares and you cut them wherever you want. Then you'll take the one from the top and move it to the bottom. And then we'll sew each piece, go through the stack, and sew them together. And then after I do that, I will of course set the seam and press it open, or press it to one side. And then I will cut the stack again somewhere. Could be on a diagonal, it could do anything, and then sew them back together. And then I will end up with an entire square. And after the second cut and sewing them back together again in the same fashion, I end up with something that looks like this. And these, after starting with an 8-inch square, usually end up to be about 7 inches. And it's my plan to make them 6 rows of 5, and so it'll come up to be about a wheelchair size, or a lap size, a lapgan. So that's what I'm doing today. Now these are strips from my what I call two cut squares. Started out with this 8-inch fabric, which I had purchased a whole bunch of them in a packet from, I think it was eBay, from a seller. I think I got a packet of 100, but I only used 30 for this project. So I took 30 squares, cut them in half, and sewed multiple ones together, but not the same one together. And then cut it again and did the same thing over again. That's not something I invented, but that's a type of quilt making that I've seen on YouTube. I learned a lot of things from YouTube. So once I ended up with 30 squares, and I think I misspoke in my previous video and said that I was going to do 7 rows of 6, but it's really 5 rows of 6. You know, 5 times 6 is 30. So right here I have 6, 6, 6, 6, and 6. These strips measure 39, and the width of each is 7. So once I sew it together, I believe it's going to be a really good size for like a wheelchair or a lap. I don't like lap quilts to be too long because they hang on the floor. And I think 35, 39, I think that's a good size for most lengths of a wheelchair or a lap. I had purchased some natural cotton batting and cut them all to be 36 by 45, and so my intention is to make most of my quilts that size. So easier to work with, though I might make some 36 by 36 for babies. Just really having fun with the fabric and seeing how it works out. This is the project I refer to as the coral squares, and I'm just setting them up in a way here to look and see what they might look like when I put them together. I only have 16 here on the table, and I have a total of 36. These squares are 6 or 7 inches, and they all have the same middle strip and the same strip on the edges, although they're not all the same size. As you can see, they're really pretty scrappy, and I haven't squared up any of these squares, but this is a fun project. I was in Walmart one day and saw this particular fabric and really liked it and thought, oh, that might make an interesting middle strip for a strip quilt. So that's what I did. See? like I said, it is still pretty scrappy because not all of these are the exact same size of each strip. It depends on the strip before it. The middle ones are all random. So that's the way it worked out. Another project I'm working on is redoing an outfit that I started many years ago. And I think this is like about a 1990 pattern. I originally had it in a larger size and cut it out, but never finished it. And then I lost a bunch of weight, and so I found it in a smaller size. And my intention is to disassemble this, which I have done already. It was partly sewn. And then I'm going to try to recut it out in the smaller size and make it. I just like this print. It's kind of loud. Yeah, I know. But anyway, that's what I plan to do with it. We'll see how that goes. Here's another quilting project. This one I call my tube quilting project. And it's based on an idea that I first saw in a video that's about 13 years old by Jenny Doan of Missouri Star Quilt Company, where you take several strips of fabric and sew them together, which I did. And then you find out how wide that is. Mine was around 8 inches. And then you have a solid strip, a one print strip, and you sew them together in a tube with a seam down each side. And then you use a 45-degree line on a ruler and cut them out, and you end up with these squares. So I did that, and my two strips were about 8 inches. Once I sew them all together, they end up being about 11 inches, and I haven't squared these up. I think I'm going to square them down to about 9 to 10 inches. So I've only done the one strip. I got 4 squares out of it. And so together, these are going to be about 18. Probably make about an 18-inch square, and I'll probably get 4 of them to make them a 36-inch quilt, or maybe 6 to make them a little bit bigger. Anyway, that was really fun too. All of my projects are fun. And like you see, I like to have many different ones going in at once because I get bored. Here's another quilt project, strip quilting. And this is going to stay like it is. I'm not going to make it any bigger because I don't have any more fabric. It's currently 34 by 34. This is just the top. And that was done by doing the diagonal strips on a square of muslin. And I think I started out with about 9-inch or 10-inch squares, and then I had to, after all the strips were sewn down, I had to square them up to get them to fit together better. It's almost Valentine's Day. The fact that this is all hearts is just a coincidence. It just happens to be now that I've finished working on it. And anyway, I think it ended up pretty nice. It's 16 squares put together. I like making quilt tops. I don't particularly like finishing them. Maybe I should just sell all my tops as tops and forget about the finishing, but I do have some batting that I need to use. So anyway, that's that one. Hello everyone, and welcome to Judy's Crafts and Stuff. I'm Judy, and today I'm talking about fabric stuff. I'm unboxing an order from Fashion Fabrics Club. They had some really good prices on a one-day sale only last weekend, the weekend of the 7th and 8th of January. And I just received the order today, January 16th. These yarns were priced between $2.98 a yard to $5.56 a yard. Now, one thing I don't like about them is that in the past they would let me know when something was out of stock, but on this order something was out of stock and they just went ahead and shipped the rest of it anyway. In the past I said if anything's out of stock, cancel the order, so I guess that's why they did that. And it says down here, we have still allowed the free coupon for shipping, which their shipping was like free for anything over $79, and my order came to something like $82. Due to sold out item. However, any return made will forfeiture the $11.95 free ship coupon, and the shipping would be deducted from your fabric cost. Which means if I decided to send anything back, they'd take off the $11.95 free shipping that I received for having an order that was over $79 before they took off the thing that was out of stock, which they did tell me about. I don't like that. Also, I received a notice from FedEx Shipping that the barcode was unreadable and they had to reprint it. Something about that. Anyway, the fabric's nice, and I don't have any intention of returning anything. I never returned anything to them in the past, although it's been a few years since I ordered from them. So today I'm showing you, there was one item that was $2.48 a yard, and I had ordered 4 yards of it, and it was pink black hearts with stars, which I liked quite a lot. I'm so sorry it was out of stock. So anyway, I'm going to go from the bottom up. Here's an ITY knit fabric with black, red, marigold floral, and it was $5.56 a yard. And it's very pretty. It stretches in both directions. I'm sorry about the glare here. I'm trying to avoid it, but it's very pretty. My intention is to make a blouse with this. It stretches in both directions, so we'll see how that works out. It's been a while since I sewed clothing for myself. Well, not really, because I did make some blouses, but I'm getting back into that. Next, I have, oh, this glare is awful. Let's see if I can fix that a little bit. Okay, next I have a brown date print cotton that was $3.13 a yard, and I ordered 2 yards. It has dates on it. Next I have a blue floral print chiffon, which was $2.68 a yard, and I ordered 4 yards. I also ordered tissue paper for sewing on these very lightweight fabrics, and some 70-10 very, very sharp Microtex sewing needles. I like this chiffon. It's lightweight, but it doesn't have any stretch. It is kind of sheer, so I have to wear good undergarments with it. Next, I have a white-black geometric zigzag that was $2.73 a yard, and I bought 4 yards of it. I make a very long tunic with this one. This is all. They're all. Some of these are very, very lightweight, and these are for spring and summer blouses and/or dresses. 4 yards is enough to make a dress, but with any leftover, I like to make doll clothes, or maybe a little dress for a child. Next, I have a black multi-diamond crepe. It's crepe de chine. It was $2.98 a yard for 4 yards. And it's very pretty. And it wasn't quite as lightweight and sheer as some of the others. This is crepe de chine, and it's known for being kind of lightweight, but, well, you know, I guess you would say it's see-through. You do have to wear undergarments with a dress or a blouse. So sorry about the glare here. Maybe if I brought it up closer. That just makes it worse. Next, I have a turquoise red triangle patchwork, $2.98 a yard. I believe this was also chiffon. It's very lightweight. And last but not least, tan diamond jacquard suiting. It was $3.38 a yard that day, and I purchased 3 yards. This would be very good for a lightweight jacket. Let's see, that is the wrong side. And here we have the right side. Not very much difference between the right and the wrong sides. Anyway, I highly recommend Fashion Fabrics Club. The customer service isn't the greatest, so they do have a habit of things going out of stock because I don't believe that they have their own warehouse. I think these are like affiliate marketers. There's also a Denver Fabrics, which I believe has the same database of fabrics, so I'm not really sure how they do that. But this one day, the prices couldn't be beat. I mean, you know, where else can you find fabric at those cheap prices? It's fairly good fabric if you know how to sew with it. Chiffon, lightweight, and the suiting, there's nothing wrong with that. They're all machine washable. I don't ever buy fabric that has to be dry cleaned. So anyway, that's it for this part of my fabric video. Thank you for watching. Here's a closer look at them all. This is the suiting. Here's that dates fabric. Blue with flowers. This is the ITY knit. This is another crepe de chine. Anyway, all in all, I think these were good buys because they were basically 50% off. You can't do any better than like $2.48 a yard. Well, this one was 5 something a yard. It's gonna make a very nice jacket for spring. Thanks again for watching.